So let's continue where we left off. So lastly I talked about forward 2, and it has this weird grab cancel. Like this. Deals 40 damage, so the damage isn't that bad. Can be broken with 1+2, can be ducked. So already there's a lot of counterplay to this move. The range is pretty good, but if the opponent is ready, you're just gonna get punished pretty hard. The grab is unbreakable in heat, so you can try to chase out the round with unbreakable grab. But it's just, again, this is just something that you might try once and see if the opponent is ready. But if you use this more than twice, then you're probably trolling. Well, you're probably going to lose that game, I'd say. So yeah, use it sparingly, use it very rarely. Don't over rely on gimmicks, it's not a sustainable strategy. Let's just move on. Forward 3. Now this is an actually okay move. So this is a semi-slow move. It comes out at 21. Well, that's actually, it is pretty slow, but because of the input and the animation itself, it has quite a long range, as you can see. So, and it deals a fuck ton of chip. It deals 14 damage on block, so that's actually quite a lot. It's more, 14 damage is more than some lows, actually. It's more than down 4 on a normal hit. And it's 3 damage less than down 2, so this is actually really strong. So I don't think many Dragunov players use this move enough. It was pretty good in Tekken 7 because it was splatted from quite far away, as it does now. I can demonstrate. It wall splats from really far away, and you can get some nasty wall combos off of it. Like this. Let me see if I can resplat. Yeah, I can resplat. I can get a big damage combo. 90 damage from this. Let me actually see if the resplat is preferable. Yeah, you should resplat. Try to go for resplats if you have the range. But yeah. Out in the open, this move has a lot of pushback, so you can't really take your +5 out in the open, but next to a wall, the wall negates the pushback and you're right next to them with +5, and this sets up back 4 perfectly. So if the opponent thinks they can jab, you kill them with back 4-3 and you get a big combo and kill them, basically. The risks of this move is that it's pretty slow and it's a high, so very knowledgeable opponents will know that you're probably looking to do this at the wall, so they might duck this, but ducking at the wall is always really risky against Dragunov because then you can just do wall running 2 and then wall running 2 will wall splat them. So, but just because it's a high, don't overuse this move at the wall. Be creative with the use of this move. The main use is probably like after a knockdown, because usually after a knockdown the opponent will try to sidewalk your wall running 2, and if they try to sidewalk, this will hit them because this is a homing move. So this move has a lot of uses and you should use this move, and that's that. And dash 4, aka forward 4. Now this it's still not good, sadly. It used to be a counter hit launcher in Tekken 7. They removed the counter hit launch property of this move, so I think it's maybe even worse than than it was. It gives you a guaranteed crouch grab even on normal hit, but you shouldn't. It's the other properties are just not there. It's too slow, it's too linear, and it's not good enough on block. It also hits grounded, but Dragunov has better moves in this game that hit grounded, and you never really wanted to use forward for in grounded situations anyway. In theory, I guess this low crushes, but it has like few frames of low crush, but it will very rarely low crush something. Almost never. I don't think I've never low crushed anything with this move. But yeah, this move is trash. Don't use it. Running 2. Now this move with down 2 and back 4, they are like the most important moves Dragunov has. This is like what makes the character. You can't really play good Dragunov without while running 2. Also, just a quick comment, the name of while running 2 used to be Russian Assault, but I guess they changed the name of the move because reasons. Anyway, why this move is so good? Well, it's a quick running move. It's a very quick for a running move. It's mid, and it leaves you with +4. They nerfed the advantage in one of the first few patches of the game, but it's still very good. It's still usable, and it's still one of the key moves. So +4 sets up your basic frame traps, and it sets up your throws and lows. The throws itself are a frame trap as well. And there's a quote-unquote just frame version of the move, which you need to do a quick input. I don't know the specifics of the Blue Spark version. It just comes out if you do the input quick enough. Like old Dragunov players are familiar with the quick input because in previous Tekken games instant wall running moves were really hard to do. In this game they made wall running moves way easier. Before you had to do them pretty quickly, but now you don't have to do that anymore. So one way to recognize an old legacy Dragunov player is that they usually get the Blue Spark input very often. I don't think newer players do the Blue Spark version yet, but maybe they will start doing it when they get better. But yeah. And yeah, I haven't even talked about what this move does on hit. So the normal hit looks like this, but the opponent can hold back to back roll the knockdown. If they don't back roll, you get a stomp for free. And usually they don't back roll because this move usually hits them when the opponent is trying to sidestep or sidewalk. So just do the grounded hit every time. Nowadays QCF4 is the max damage grounded hit, but old Dragunov players are used to the stomp, so the stomp is pretty good as well. It deals like 2 damage less. So either do the stomp or QCF4. Let me just show you how the back roll animation looks like. Wait, why didn't do the back roll? Well, there he hold forward. Back quick roll, yeah, there. As you can see, if the enemy does the back roll, they are quite far away and they don't eat the guaranteed hit. And lastly, why this move is so fucking good is that it's a fucking counter hit launcher that deals fuck ton of damage. 82 damage with a bread and butter combo with with no heat. This used to do like 100, over 100 on release. I think, yeah, they nerfed Dragunov's combo game because this dealt fucking death combo damage on release. It still does. Like 82 is quite a lot. So this is one of your key combos you have to learn if you want to get better with Dragunov. Well, because the opponent might try to sidestep this move or sidewalk this move, the counter hit might hit on a weird axis, and what that usually means is that the pickup won't work, the knee pickup won't work, this QCF 3+4. if you encounter those situations, you need to learn how to do the old pickup, which is dash instant while standing 4. But that's like really advanced stuff, and only like old Dragunov players know what to do there. But keep that in mind that if this move hits on a weird axis on counter hit, you need to do the while standing 4 follow up. But if you want to do like the most easy pickup, you can do like just down 2, but I wouldn't recommend learning the easy way. Just learn how to do proper combos from the start, is my recommendation. Let's move on. While running 4. Now this move, because while running 2 exists, this move is useless in neutral. It's slower than while running 2, and it's not plus like while running 2, so there's literally 0 reason to use this move in neutral. 0 reason. I'll show you the normal hit. The only thing that's better with this move is that on normal hit it's better, but the upside isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. Now, the way they changed this move in Tekken 8 is that now it leads to a weird attack throw animation at the wall. So this move is mainly a wall combo move. So if you still haven't used your tornado and you do this move at the wall, it does this really cool fucking attack throw, and then you can do your normal wall combo afterwards. So this is like, you really want to use this move in combos, like every time you can. You really want to use this move at the wall. It's not worth doing if you have already used the tornado, because it doesn't deal that much damage, and then you can't follow up if you have used your tornado. But if you have like optimized your combo and you still haven't used your tornado, always use this move. Always. The animation is cool and it's the best damage. So yeah. Bad move in neutral, but really good move and essential move in Dragunov's wall combo. Yeah, there's the move that I was talking about. I don't know why they listed this as 2 different moves. Anyway. So, while running 3, and this is like the real while running 3, because you need to start the run from far away for this to come out, and this is the move. You can't do it up close, because as it reads there, you need to 2 steps or more. This is a good move. Most people don't expect this, so it's a good move. It's -15, so it's actually really risky, but in practice it's not risky, because no one really ducks this, even though it's usually pretty obvious when you're gonna do this. But Only like Dragunov specialists use this move. And the main reason why this move is good is because it deals a lot of damage on normal hit. 40 damage low, so there might be some knockdown or Oki situation where you're left far away and you might want to Oki with this move. Yeah, not much else to say about this move. Pretty good, pretty good. Now we come to the quarter circle moves. Now the quarter circle back to the infamous Nobi-san. This move has many nicknames, but this move is made famous by the best Dragunov player of all time, Nobi. Well, yeah, I would say, well, he's probably, well, it's sort of like preference question. Who is better, Dragunov, JDCR or Nobi? I think I still slightly prefer JDCR just because I like his style more, and when I started out in Tekken 7 Season 1 I was a big fan, like, well, I still am, but JDCR inspired me to pick up Dragunov, basically. JDCR inspired me to pick Dragunov, but Nobi inspired me to become a Dragunov specialist. So, yeah. Anyway, this move made famous by Nobi. It's a backswing blow, so what that means is this move has a lot of evasion. Dragunov evades pretty much like 99% of the moves. Like, this will evade everything, almost everything. It depends a lot on the range which you do this move, and it depends on what the frame situation is. I'll probably make a separate video on how to use this move, but keep that in mind that this is also a risky move to throw out because it's -15, so good opponents will block and punish your ass for using this move. And yeah, this leads to a straight tornado spin, so keep that in mind when doing the combo from this move. You might want to use the heat burst in this combo so you can get a bit more like this. But yeah, maybe that hits, I don't know. Well, I don't know if I should call this a key move, because you don't really need to use this move if your defense is really strong. But if you never ever use this move, then it's also bad in my opinion, because you need to show the opponent that this move exists. You need to show that I can do this move in defense and it can hit the opponent. Like, you need to sort of remind the opponent that I can evade your shit. Like, you just gotta know what the best situations are. Usually, like, the classic sequence is while standing 4 into Nobi, because at this range and at this frame situation, this beats everything except block. Everything. But yeah, I think I've talked enough about this move. I'll probably make a separate video on this move, but let's just move on. 10 hit series. The last 3 hits are low, I think. Let me confirm if I can even do this anymore. Well, yeah, that move is a low. Okay, the last move is actually not launch punishable anymore, but yeah, every 10 hit in this game is cheese and gimmicks. I don't really want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about 10 hit strings. Just you can sometimes throw this in round ends because no one fucking knows when the low is coming, but when you you might sometimes play against someone who knows that the low comes, then you're gonna look fucking stupid when the opponent low parries your ass. But yeah, the second version of the 10 hit string, this is actually good in this game. Why? Because if the third hit is a counter hit, well, actually it's fucking natural on second hit, as you can see now. This is low-key broken. This is low-key broken. The last move acts like Dragunov's shoulder, so it even breaks walls and balconies. I don't think it gives you a proper wall splat, but you can break balconies with this. Yeah, 50, 54, 53 damage guaranteed if the opponent tries to take the turn after 1-3-1. Yeah, this is actually decent to throw out. Let me look how much the last hit is. Yeah, -21. Okay, well. Well then, if the opponent is good and punishes you optimally, then it's, well, it's pretty shit, but yeah, I don't think, I think you're getting launched if they block this, but yeah, the value is so high on the natural extensions that this move is low-key usable. What I'm gonna say, low-key usable. Let's move on. Key charge. This is a universal move. I don't need to talk about key charge. Dragunov doesn't really have any key charge setups, so let's move on. Okay, now we get into while standing moves. So while standing 1 and its extensions. While standing 1 by itself. Well, actually, let me first say that every while standing move can be done from Dragunov's Crouchdash by doing down and down forward. And then neutral, and then the button you wanna do. That's the old legacy way of doing while standing moves in neutral. You don't have to duck and then do. You want to do the while standing moves this way because this gives the while standing moves a lot of range. While standing 1 by itself, I I don't think you should use this by itself. Nowadays you want to go into the Crouchdash from while standing 1 because then it unlocks mind games. So you can go into Crouchdash by holding down forward, and then you can do your Crouchdash moves. Now in theory this is pretty bad because it's fucking -5 and you're dashing at their face. But this is a new move. This didn't exist before and no one knows that this fucking exists. So you can get away with it, but in a year or two, when people have become accustomed to this move, you're probably better off not doing this. But now, yeah, go for it. You can abuse this move, but be aware that it's not good on paper. While standing 1-2, there's no reason to use this move anymore because it deals the least amount of damage from while standing 1 series. Well, there's 2 extensions, but yeah. While standing 1-3 deals 3 more damage. Well, I guess there's the benefit of this one being safe, but it's duckable, so good players will duck the second hit, and well, it gives you +10, which is also good, and it wall splats, gives you the ballerina spin, but still, I don't really see a reason to use this move, because if you go into crouch, you have wasted like 6+ frames, because in order to do any while standing move, you need to be in crouch for at least 6 frames. Now, and that's an universal rule. I don't think anyone can bypass that rule anymore. Heihachi could and some other characters in Tekken 7, but yeah. So the fastest way of doing this, it comes out at 18 frames. So, well, it's, I don't think I need to talk about it anymore, but yeah. While standing 1-3, this is an okay mid wall splat. It used to be a fucking wall bounce in Tekken 7, but wall bounces don't exist in this game anymore. Thank God, wall bounces were a fucking shit ass Kusoge mechanic taken from King of Fighters, but yeah. This is a mix-up to while standing 1-2. If the opponent is wanting to duck the high, you call them out with this. It's -13, so some characters can punish you heavily, but some don't. Still not safe. Yeah. I don't think there's a reason to use this raw, really, because the first hit, the while standing one, it doesn't really have a great range. That's why these moves are not that good in neutral. So yeah, let's just move on. While standing 2, this is your main 15 frame launch punisher from crouch. It's fairly generic in that sense that it's 15 frames and it's -12 on block. The one property about this move is that it fully tracks to Dragunov's right, so it tracks to sidestep left. So you can maybe sometimes try to do something like down 2 into while standing 2 if you think the opponent is gonna sidestep left, and this only, by the way, this only works if the opponent is P1, aka left side. Because if the opponent is playing P2, they can only step to the foreground, and while standing 2 doesn't track there at all. But yeah, fairly standard while standing 2. I don't think there's much to it. While standing 3, this is a long range safe mid. It comes out at 16. This also used to be a fucking wall bounce in Tekken 7. Not anymore. This is a good wall splat move. Out in the open, it's not that good because it doesn't give you anything, really. Gives you that animation on counter hit, apparently, different animation. Just a knockdown on regular hit. At the wall, you can try to wall splat the opponent with this move, because if done from the down forward step, this has a huge range. I can close the distance from quite far away. Also a decent mix up to the slide, which also has really long range, so this is like the mix up to the slide. Yeah. One problem with while standing 3 is that it's fairly linear, but I don't think anyone's gonna step it. But keep that in mind that yeah, sometimes it might get stepped and it whiffs quite a while, so you're probably gonna get launched if the opponent steps it, but very rarely happens. While standing 4, this is a generic while standing 4. It's decent, non-committal, low risk and low reward mid to do with the crouch step. It's +6 on hit, but it has some pushback even on hit, and it has some pushback on block. It on block it leaves you at this kind of a sweet spot, because even though it's -5, you're left at this range which sets up for backswing blow perfectly, and it sets up for just a backdash and sidestep block. It sets up for many options you can do. You can do like while standing 4 into backdash and then look if the opponent whiffed something. That's like a very non-committal way of looking for whiffs, basically. But yeah, the reward isn't big either, so you don't really win matches with this move. But if you want to play it safe and play low risk game, you can use this move as a poke. On hit, it also has this awkward pushback where some moves will whiff if the opponent backdashes on hit. So be wary of that, keep that in mind. Next move. While standing 1+2, so this is your main block punisher from crouch. Comes out at 12, which is really fast. So this is actually one of the best 12 frame punishes from crouch. It's -14, so you don't really want to use this in neutral because it's risky, but because it's so fast, the opponent has to have really sharp reactions to punish this optimally. But most opponents will probably jab punish you at least, so in a sense it's not that risky, but if you overuse this move in neutral, you're gonna get your ass beat for abusing this move. Also, because you can do it from the crouch step, you can sometimes you might need to use this move as a whiff punisher, because the best whiff punishers Dragunov have from long range are all highs, like up forward 1, like back 3, like QCF 1. They are all highs, so they will sometimes whiff if the opponent did a move that left them crouching. So in those situations you wanna whiff punish them with the shoulder by doing QCF 1+2. But those situations are really niche, and though that's like Dragunov specialist stuff, like that only comes from years of experience. But keep that in mind, that it's also a whiff punisher. Next move. Now this, I fucking love this move. This is a new low that they gave Dragunov in Tekken 8. Was standing, actually no, fucking full crouch down 4. Down forward 4, 1-4. Fuck, speaking is hard. So you need to go into crouch to do this. But that's not like an disadvantage in a sense, because Dragunov has many good safe-ish mid moves from crouch to mix the opponent up with this low, and many key moves leave Dragunov crouching, like QCF4, like back 4-2 down, like down 2, like 4-4. Many moves leave Dragunov crouch, and you can straight up do this move from the after them. So this move on hit goes into automatic crouch dash at +7, which means that you have like 2 good frame traps to frame trap the opponent if you think they're gonna mash. You have the slide QCF3. It's risky, but it frame traps the opponent. And then you have the 1, which is a launcher, and it will come out shortly. I will talk about QCF1 itself shortly. The shoulder is a frame trap as well, but it's, as I previously said, it's risky to throw out. But if you're playing against like a super masher, like you just know they're gonna fucking mash, then why not do the shoulder? But because the most common frame traps are high and low, the opponent is encouraged to duck after this, which means that they open themselves up for QCF4. And QCF4 will fuck them up because it's a heat engager. And it wall splats. And it's a combo if you hit them with the heat dash. And because the QCF4 follow-up is so good after this, the opponent is most of the time encouraged to sidestep the QCF4 because it's fairly easy to sidestep QCF4 after the low, but that just means that they're gonna get hit by this. You can play the 50-50 game if you want, but it's fairly risky because this low is launch punishable and the high is, well, it doesn't beat steps, but it beats mash. So what you wanna do, the real advanced tech to not get yourself killed in the situations is to crouch cancel the automatic transition and do like a jab, do whatever, because you just crouch cancel the dash, and that means you can do anything you want. It's fairly tricky at first, but if you get good with the crouch cancel, this becomes really good. Like, you can frame trap the opponent with your jabs if you are really on point with the crouch cancel. So this becomes a legit pressure situation. Like even scarier than it already was. Anyway, there's so much to talk about the after situation that this move probably deserves a video of its own. So I will move on. During heat you can go into the mount, which is unbreakable, but the mount is so slow, and if the opponent is knowledgeable, they can look at you after you do the first hit and be like, aha, now you're doing the slow ass grab, and they are gonna interrupt the grab and you're gonna fucking die. So this is kind of a cheese, this is kind of a gimmick, but it will hit once or twice in a set because people don't really expect this move to come out, but don't use this against knowledgeable players. Maybe try to test their knowledge once or twice, but don't over rely on this grab. Sidestep 2-3. Now this move is pretty weird. Why? Because this is now a natural combo. It didn't used to be a natural combo. The attack throw follow-up, used to only come out at counter hit, but now it comes out at regular hit. This move would be... I think this move has some uses now because it deals so much damage on normal hit, and it's like it's semi-hit confirmable. I don't know if it fully is. Like, you need to be pretty sharp to hit confirm this. But it is hit confirmable if you are sharp, but the second hit is a high, and on full delay it's not natural, so you have to kinda learn how to hit confirm the move. Also, because it comes out of sidestep and the first move is fairly slow at 20 frames, this move I still don't know if this move is good or not because I haven't used this. I should probably experiment and then decide if this move is usable or not, but there certainly is a big downside to this move, and that's the startup is pretty slow because it comes out of a sidestep and it's 20 frames, so you kind of sacrifice a lot of speed, so yeah. I don't know, let's move on. So this is the mix up, I guess, to the high follow up, because this is mid and it's a 3-hit string. The last hit is a high, and well, I think this is a cheese string because there's, I don't know, man. If the opponent sees that you're doing this shit, like you're just not gonna win any tournaments with this move. Let me put it bluntly. If the opponent sees you doing this shit, they're just gonna duck you every time and look for the last hit, because the last hit now is a regular hit launcher. It didn't launch in Tekken 7, it only gave you a guaranteed hit. Now it's a fucking regular launcher like it was before Tekken 7. I don't even know what the real pickup is. But yeah, this is only used to knowledge check the opponent, and if the opponent knows that the last hit is a combo starter, then they're just gonna duck you every time, and you're gonna be sad, and you're gonna look dumb for doing this move. And yeah, there's the mount follow-up, which yeah, again is unbreakable in heat, but again, if if you're in heat and doing this shit, yeah, the opponent is just gonna react to the mount and interrupt your ass. Not good. Not good. Pretty gimmicky move. I wouldn't use this move. Only if I want to meme on my opponent, then I will use these sidestep strings. Sidestep 3+4. Now this is, again, this is like a gimmick. I don't know, it's a fucking command side roll, I guess. It has some high crash frames, it seems. I don't really know if, yeah, I think that's like the only use of this move is that if you do the sidestep and then press 1+2, then you get a mount. But yeah, if the opponent knows that you can go for the mount after this, then you're gonna get yourself killed. Again, this is kind of a cheesy strat, but if you wanna use this, then maybe use it like once when the opponent freezes up and they are just blocking. Maybe then you can throw this one out. Also, be sure that you're in heat so that the opponent doesn't break this, but yeah. Just know that this is a gimmick, but it might work sometimes, like once or twice. It goes into the same category that I've said many times, that it might work once or twice. Next move. Grounded. Well, the position that Dragunov needs to be is that he is feet towards and face down, feet towards, and then you press 3. Now this is really fucking good. This is really fucking good. No one else has a good get up 3 kicks in this game anymore. Dragunov is the only character that have this. So that's why it's really fucking good, and the main reason why it's good is because it's safe now. Every get up kick in this game is now safe. They used to be punishable in Tekken 7, like there wasn't any get up kicks that were safe in Tekken 7, but now they removed the counter hit properties of the get up kicks in Tekken 8, but in return they made every get up kick safe. So let me put Dragunov face down and feet away. So yeah, at -9 you're safe, no one's gonna punish your ass. It's also fairly fast. At 19 frames. Also, apparently it only comes out when you're really close to them, but there's no risk. There's minimal risk in trying this. Obviously they can low parry you and hop kick you, but in get up situations there's always the threat of the mid, which is also safe. So it's a 50-50 basically, what I'm trying to say, and just it's really good, but don't overuse this move because it has the same weaknesses as every other low in this game. So good opponents will punish your ass. They will read that you were predictable with the get up 3, but you can pretty much use this move pretty freely if you're in that get up situation. Let me reset the status and let's go to the next move. Living Dead. Now this, I have to admit that there was a point in time in Tekken 7 where I spam this move. Well, I still do because let me actually put the same get up situation as before so you can see. So why this is good? You get away. Dragunov doesn't have to deal with some okay situations because you can do this. So there's like 99% of the time there's no risk in doing this. Sometimes I get my ass beaten for spamming this, but most of the time you get away and you're really far away. So I would say that you can abuse this move in these situations, but if you are facing the opponent, then this becomes a fucking gimmick, because then you are basically just crawling at the opponent and asking to get launched. That's what you're basically doing if you use this move the other way around. Face down. Yeah, don't use this move when you are face towards, when your feet away. You can go into the mount if you press 1+2 again, but again that's a gimmicky move, and against good opponents you're gonna get fucking destroyed if you use this. But maybe once in a blue moon throw this out, but just keep that in mind that you're not gonna win any tournaments with this move. Yeah, that's that. Let's move on. Yeah, already covered that. Back turn 3. Now, you might ask, why the fuck does Dragunov have a back-turned move? And the answer to that is, I don't fucking know, but he has a back-turned move. So Dragunov doesn't have any way to go into back turn, so this is kind of a weird move. But there might be some situations in a match where the opponent sidewalked your ass and you're back turned, or you teched at the wall and the opponent did a move that puts them far away and you're back turned. Like, there might be some weird situations where you end up back turned in a match, and then it opens up this move. Now, back turn down 3, this is a good move. You should use this move every time you have the opportunity. Why? Because it's only -12, I believe. It was in Tekken 7. Actually, I think it was -11, but let's see. Yeah, it's only -11. And that's really safe. And it's fairly fast at 15. It's actually pretty fast for a low. So that as well. And why it's good, it gives you the guaranteed grounded hit. So it deals 29 damage guaranteed. So yeah, it just have, so it has many good properties. So abuse the fuck out of this move. Use this every time you can. No one's gonna punish you for this. Only like really knowledgeable players will counter you, but there's like no one who counters you for using this. Yeah. Let me see if I can get... If you're really fast, I think you can try to go for QCF4, which deals fuck ton of damage. But if you want to be sure, just do downfall or down 2, I think is semi-guaranteed. But yeah, with those options, it deals so much more damage. So much more damage than just downfall. But yeah, pretty abusable move. It's just the downside is that you don't get to use this move like very rarely. But when those situations happen, and they do happen, just keep that in mind that this is a really powerful move. Next move, Crouchdash. It's called Sneak, but just use the same name everyone uses. Just call it a Crouchdash because that's what it is. Technically, it's not a crouch dash because Dragunov doesn't high crush. It doesn't have a real high crush during the whole animation, so technically it's a roll dash, but who the fuck cares really? Just call it a crouch dash anyway. Crouch dash moves are one of the most... Dragunov has really powerful move out of crouch dash, and crouch dashing is a big part of Dragunov's game plan. And this is probably your best random launcher, QCF1. So on a regular hit, it gives you this juicy launcher for big damage. And because it comes out of a crouch dash, it has a big range. So you can throw this out from range if you feel like it's gonna hit. Just keep that in mind that doing a long, prolonged crouch dash is a bit risky because you're running at the opponent's face without no protection. But if you know the opponent's timing, then this is really good. One of the reasons why this is also really good is that it tracks to sidestep left, like fully. So let me actually, I'm not fucking recording shit. Let me try to do like, well, yeah, this is easier to demonstrate. Fuck. What the fuck? There. If you, yeah, as you can see there, if you do it too quickly and in close range, it is sidewalkable or maybe steppable. I haven't really tested, but if you don't do it really quickly, then it's homing basically. And that's like the same shit with every crouch dash move in Tekken, that if you do it too quickly, then it becomes more linear, but if you prolong the input, then it becomes homing. That's like one thing you need to keep in mind. Right there, it just hits there like that. One other reason why this move is so good that it's only -3, which means that you can mash out the opponent if they are trying to do a slower mid. After this move, you can beat them out with your own jabs. And at -3 you can safely step both ways and you're not gonna get hit by anything. You can step block both ways. It just has many good properties, and definitely one of the key moves that Dragunov has. But overusing this move might get you killed because it's high, so the opponent can duck and launch you, so just keep that in mind. But I don't think many opponents really want to duck Dragunov at this medium range, because you just have wall running 2 and you have QCF4 and you have many good mids that discourage you from ducking. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. QCF2. This is Dragunov's biggest normal hit launcher. And it's a mid also. It goes under jabs during the animation, so that's one good property this has. But this is kind of situational move because it's -14. So most of the characters have a really strong punish for this, and some characters launch punish your ass for doing this, and this doesn't track that well, so that's one disadvantage. And also it's fairly slow because the animation is 18 frames plus the crouch dash you need to do before the move comes out, so in actuality it's over 20 frames. But why this is good is because it's your biggest damage launcher, and if it somehow hits, you can kill the opponent basically, because the combo deals so much damage. So maybe throw out this move against characters that don't have a strong punish, and if you have the opponent's timing down, or that you think that this will jab crush them. Other than that, situational move. Next move, QCF3. This is a good round ender because this has so much range, and you can do it from the crouch dash. I mean, you have to do it from the crouch dash, but you can prolong the QCF input and even give it like more phantom range. So you can threaten with a low from like this range basically. And not many characters can do that. But good opponents know this, that Dragunov can do this, so they might duck, and boom, you're -16, and yeah, then you're gonna be sad because every character launches you. even Steve now launches you because they buffed Steve's while standing launcher to make it faster. So every character can launch you at -16, so it is risky, but you have so many strong mids like this one, and while standing 3, if you want to be like, if you want to have a real mix-up, because it's while standing 3 is 16 frames and QCF3 is 17, so it's not fuzzyable, if you know what a fuzzy is, but that might be like a topic for another video, like advanced Dragunov tactics or something. I don't know. This character is really deep. This character can be really technical. Like there's a lot of optimization this character has. On normal hit, this leaves you crouching at 0, so it's a strong situation for you. It can be +1 if you hit them with the second active, so sometimes you might be actually advantaged on hit. The normal thing to do after this is just while standing 4, because it's really hard to step while standing 4, and the opponent might think that, aha, now it's my turn to do a mid, but nope, it's 0 on hit, so this is actually pretty good sequence. And when you see the opponent freeze up, you can go for full crouch slow, you can go for a throw, which is really fast. So that's like the basic mind game behind QCF3. On counter hit, this does an attack throw that deals 40 damage, and it switches sides. That's really good. 40 damage is a lot from a low. And one other thing that maybe happens like once in every blue moon is that this is a counter hit launcher from tip range. Like this. So the pickup is while standing 4. If you get this to hit, but that happens very rarely. But yeah, that's like old Dragunov ancient knowledge that newer players don't know. But if you're a newer player watching this now, you know. And also, if you're a newer player watching this and you made it this far, I commend you, and you will probably go far. Because if you have the motivation to watch long Tekken videos, then that's usually a very good sign. That usually means that you have the right attitude. Anyway, that's the counter hit animation slide. QCF4. This is your one of your key moves. One of your key mids. It's a heat engager. Deals cheap damage on block. only 5 chip damage, but chip damage is still very good. It's still chip damage, and it has this huge pushback now. It was broken on Tekken 8 release because this didn't have any pushback. But now it has this huge pushback even at the wall. A little bit less pushback at the wall, but still. So the main mind game on block is that if you think the opponent is gonna mash, you do while standing free. If you think the opponent is gonna just block, you're gonna do while running 2. If you think the opponent is going to sidewalk your while running 2, you want to do forward 3. And that's the rock paper scissors situation. At the wall, you can do full crouch down forward 1 to frame trap and threaten with a low. Out in the open, it might be good and it might be bad, but it kind of depends on the range this hits. And depends what the character the opponent is playing, because some characters can just backdash this really easily. So out in the open, I wouldn't recommend doing the low. Do the low at the wall, it's better there. At the wall also, this becomes really annoying. The opponent can't do anything about the while standing 4, like anything. So this is like really low risk and low committal and annoying sequence. Because usually if you got the opponent at the wall, they want to move out, but this keeps them locked out of doing anything. So yeah, guess I'll show you what the combo looks like if this hits. Actually no. I do something like this out in the open. Decent damage if you consume the heat dash. Also, this is a wall splat, so if you hit this at the wall, boom, easy while running 4 into big damage. Yeah, 77. Really strong move. Use it a lot. Not much else to it. Don't overuse the same options after block. You need to be creative with what you do after this move gets blocked. Don't always do the same shit. Like if you always do the while running 2, the opponent is he's gonna sidewalk your ass and then you're gonna be mad. Don't do the same shit every time. QCF 3+4. This is mainly a combo move, but yeah, this is decent if it goes into the attack animation, because it goes into the while running 4 follow-up, and it deals a shit ton of damage, so it is actually pretty okay. Also gives that huge animation on regular hit, plus 27. That's pretty fucking nasty on regular hit. But why this move might be not so good is because you need to do it out of Crouchdash, and it's fairly slow because of that. So it comes out at 17, but you need to do it out of the QCF input, so that in reality this is something like plus 20 frames, and it's minus 13, so it's not particularly safe either. I don't know why it's minus 13, but yeah. And even this move has the armor property, but because you can't buffer QCF inputs out of block stun, this doesn't really have usage as an armor move. This doesn't really have usage as an armor move, but yeah. You might want to, if you know the opponent mashes out in neutral, like he tries to keep you out, then yeah, use this move. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend using this move. Yeah, I showed you what the animation is. It goes into the while running 4 animation. I don't need to demonstrate that anymore. Let's move on. So now throws. So this is his generic one throw. So generic throws in Tekken 8 are still homing. So that's why they still have some usage, because homing move that is as quick as 12 frames, that's always pretty good, even though the ranges are not that good. With some characters the arms are fairly short, so the throw ranges are not that good. But anyway, you shouldn't use Dragunov's generic one throw. Why? Because it doesn't really have anything special. Like, I guess it has some decent. Okay, let me look if this hits. Okay, it doesn't hit. Well, yeah. This throw doesn't have anything special to it, and it's because it's a generic throw, it's easily broken. They don't have to look at your arms, they can just press 1 or 2. So don't use this move, because Dragunov has a stronger one throw with the real command throw. Deals more damage and has better OK, but more on that later. Now, this is the generic throw you want to use with Dragunov. This is really good. This is what JDCR always uses. And let me show you why. Let's go to the wall. Switch positions. And opponent throw escape. So, what this throw, you can probably already guess that this throw switches positions even on throw break. It switches them on hit as well if they don't break this, but if they break this, it switches positions. So if you have your back against the wall, always try to do this, and boom. Now the enemy has their back against the wall and they are in a really shit situations. In Tekken 7 this used to be really good, because you never want to have your back against the wall in Tekken, and in this game, it's even more dangerous to have your back against the wall. Why? Because now you can tornado at the wall, and wall combos deal so much more damage in this game than they dealt in Tekken 7. So this is like one of the key fundamental aspects you need to keep in mind when playing Tekken, not only when playing Dragunov, just Tekken in general, is that you never want to have your back against the wall. And if your character has something like this, a throw that can just instantly switch up the position, you should always abuse that tool. Really, really strong tool. And this is why JDCR uses this at the wall very often. Let me show you what kind of animation it does when not broken. It also gives that awkward situation for the opponent. They are like sideways, and you can get a guaranteed downfall. I think it's guaranteed. Yeah, I don't think there's a... Because they're sideways, they have to like wake up awkwardly. So you get a guaranteed low. Let me see if they can... Yeah, they can block down too, so just do down 4, and that's guaranteed. So yeah, really, really strong throw. Use this one. Also, one more thing. When they break this, it's also neutral on break. So it's actually pretty good on break also, because the opponent might think that, aha, I broke his generic throw, this is my turn now. Well, no, it's not your turn. It's only neutral, so you can mash out jabs. The opponent might try to step, you can wall splat them with back 3. You can win the opponent's jab mash with down 2, you can armor, you can do anything. So play the situation creatively. Mix up your different options after the throw is broken. But yeah, really, really strong tool. Let's move on. I don't think... Well, yeah, okay, let's just for the sake of it, let's just... Yeah, side throw. I don't think you get anything... Well, actually, this side throw in particular might give you like a strong Oki. Like down forward 2 if they back. Let me actually fucking test this now. Fuck it, I don't want to give like misinformation. So let's just fucking test this. Let's put the opponent facing left. No, that's me. Fuck. Don't fucking face me. Just stand there. And let's book... Yeah, quick rise. Let's see if this has any Oki. Okay. Quick stand at least beats down forward 2. Let me see if it beats hold back. Okay, it just whips. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, well, I can't be asked to lab fucking side throw Oki. You can do it yourself. Side throws in general, I don't really use side throws because they don't really have that big of a reward. If you sidestep a move and you're at the opponent's side, you always want to like try to get the launch, and usually if you're sharp enough you at least get a down forward 2, or if they whiffed something quick, you can at least get like a 4-1, which is, I would say, pretty good as well. So yeah, I don't really fuck with the side throws. Let me look at the back throw. Just if it still deals the same damage as it dealt in Tekken 7. Don't face me, bro. Back throw, yeah, it still deals 50 damage. It's okay if you need to punish something back turn, but nowadays Dragunov has a really strong back turn punish and a really easy one at that, which is 1-3-2, because this launches. Yeah, it deals combo damage basically. I don't really know what the optimal combo is, but that's pretty good, I think. That has Walker. Wait, you can fucking just do the bread and butter, okay. Well, let me test it with this sound. Okay. Well, anyway, I think the most safe, most consistent pickup is QCF3+4. That works in every angle. Okay, that's just whiffs. Well, anyway, back turn throw, it's okay because you might fuck up the back turn combo, so this is just a easy way to get the 50 damage. So yeah, it's okay, but if you want to be optimal, use a proper back turn punish. Now we talk about Dragunov's command throws. So one throw, forward 1+4, really fast command throw. Only King has faster command throws with Giant Swing and Shining Wizard. Dragunov is a kind of a grappler, how the fuck do you say it? Grappler character in this game. Well, he always was, but even more in this game because throws are really strong. Deals a lot of damage with 40, hard to break, and yeah, throws are really important part of Dragunov's game plan because you want to use throws when you are plus, like this. This is really hard to break. You want to use this. From this. From heat smash, even after heat burst, why not? It's +1 for you. From heat smash, you're +6. Like every pressure situation you can think of. I think probably the best situation to do command throws is after 4-1 on hit or a jab on hit, because +8 means that the opponent can't hop kick and beat out your grab. Like they have to either duck or break the grab. They can't step or escape the grab attempt. They have to break the grab or just duck. So this is why it's so good at +8. Same with 2 throw. The opponent needs to know the specific break. Well, they need to react to what hand Dragunov uses. 40 damage. Also, well, yeah, if the opponent always holds back in either of the Oki, you can just go wall run into them and loop them again. But be wary of the get up kicks. They are safe, and if you don't Oki correctly, you get hit up. Get hit with the get up kicks. So don't run in every time after the throw. So look for whiff punishes sometimes also. Yeah, next move. This is Dragunov's 1+2 break. It's the highest damage, and it also has the best Oki. I'll talk about the Oki because that's important. If the opponent doesn't know the Oki, they usually just hold back, and what happens then is down forward 2 should hit. What the fuck? Did they fucking remove this? Okay, they actually did remove this. Well, rest in peace, 1+2 Oki, I guess. Well, I guess I don't need to talk about the Oki anymore. Let me fucking test if down back 2 still works. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, rest in peace, Oki. This throw had fucking nasty Oki, but it doesn't anymore. It doesn't anymore. Crouch throw. It whiffs on a standing opponent, so if the opponent is standing, you're just whiffing at their face and looking like a jackass. If the opponent is really sharp, you're gonna get punished pretty hard. I don't think these crouch throws whiff a lot in this game. Like, they reduce the recovery, I think, because in Tekken 7 I think they whiffed more in Tekken 7. I still don't know the exact whiff frames, but yeah, like, it's a heat engager. It deals 30 damage. The thing with crouch throws is that, like, if you know the opponent is gonna duck, then why the fuck you're doing a crouch throw? Why not just do back 4-3? Why not do any other mid poke? Because if the opponent stands up, then it just whiffs and you're whiffing at their face looking like a fucking jackass. The only good thing about this move is that it might not whiff a lot, but yeah, don't overuse this move. This, after all these years, I still like this move. It's one of those moves that on paper it's fucking it's trash, but it still works. The opponent needs to be familiar with the animation because it sort of has this like weird startup. It's fucking slow, but it's pretty hard to react to if you don't know the animation. The main situation you want to use this from is at the wall and the opponent is waking up. So you did something like a wall combo and then you dash up and do this. Might be one of the ways to use this. Out in the open, it's not good because it's so slow and the opponent has all the time in the world to just backdash it away. Like, out in the open, I never use this move. I only use this move at the wall. So yeah, doesn't really give you OK because puts you in that medium range and the opponent wakes up first at +12. Good round ender. In rage it deals even more damage, so even better in rage. Don't overuse this move. Oh, also one more thing, if the opponent ducks this, they can't really punish you heavily. They can only punish you with a grounded hit. Like, the only way to punish this move is to float you from the air, and that's very rarely going to happen. The opponent needs to like hard read that you're gonna do this move and they're gonna jab you out of the air, but that's not gonna happen very often. For the most part, you're going to eat like 5 damage from a grounded hit, and that's not a lot. Like, this is really safe move. Let's move on. Yeah, I covered this move already. I covered the mount follow-ups. Parry. Parries in this game are... They are worse than they were in Tekken 7, I think, because most of them have slower startup, like when the parry frames start up. Before, the universal startup was 3 frames, but now I think it's like 5 frames. And now you can punish parry moves with the throw, which makes the punishing them easier. Yeah, it's a generic parry. It parries. It follows the same rules as every other parry, so punches and kicks, but doesn't parry elbows and knees and so on and so on. So I think the best way to use parries anyway is to parry like a string follow-up, because some strings are pretty strong if you never parry them. So I think when you have like years and years of experience, you might want to learn what strings you can parry. But yeah, also unblockables and charge moves are unfortunately unparryable, which fucking sucks. They used to be parryable in Tekken 7, which was really cool. One of one of the most badass ways in Tekken 7 to show your skill and express your skill was that you parried unblockables, but yeah, not anymore. Next move. Oh yeah, this move still exists. This only really, well yeah, this is a command low parry. Well, to be honest, this move doesn't have any purpose. Why? Because the universal low parry is just so much stronger. So the only the only purpose for this move is to style on the opponent, and yeah, if the opponent does a low and you somehow hit them with this, they might get tilted and you win the mental warfare with that, but yeah, not a good move. On paper, the universal low parry is stronger in every way. Some animations with this move can switch sides, so in theory it might be better to use this in the hopes of that the opponent did that one specific move that leads to a side switch, but yeah, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, I talked about low parry already. Stomp. Just your generic stomp, I guess. Let me see if this is... Oh wow, they've actually buffed the stomp. It used to be -12, but it's now only -11, so that means this is really, really good. So, yeah. I think in Tekken 7, Dragunov legit had the best like stomp in the game. Like, because it was only -12 and it dealt so much damage and led to a good Oki, it was like, it was actually one of the best stomps in the game. But now, this might very well be the best stomp in the game. I don't think anyone has a stronger stomp. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone has a stronger stomp. But because it's 24, it might be a bit slow on wake up situations, but because it's only -11, you're not risking shit. Only while studying for, so use this move wherever you can. And yeah, I think finally that covers it all. If you made it this far, you're a fucking legend, and you probably will be very good at Tekken if you actually made it this far. So I will congratulate you. You have the right attitude for learning this. Tekken has so much stuff to learn, and it takes a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, and if you made it this far, you're on a right track, boy. But yeah, I will stop yapping, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.